For the first time in nearly a decade, a fan favorite track returns to the F1 calendar, and what does Denny Hamlin, Michael Jordan, and Toyota all have in common? Well, they are part of a big rumor of them potentially having some form of ownership or being somewhat involved with Richard Petty Motorsports. Yo, what is up everyone, my name is Jet Kraus and welcome back to the episode of Inside the Lines on this Tuesday afternoon. Well, it will be nighttime when I upload this video, but thank you guys so much for tuning in for today's episode. We're going to start off in the world of Formula 1. As a result of COVID-19, F1 had to cancel many races and had to come up with some new races at some former tracks. Like for example, Imola is returning to the schedule later on in the year. The Nürburgring also is coming up not too far away. Well, now another track, a classic track, a fan favorite track will be returning to the schedule. Istanbul Park in Turkey will make its return to the F1 calendar for the first time since 2011. Now, if you don't know anything about Istanbul Park, it's one of F1's fan favorite racetracks, and it's probably one of the best creations by Herman Tilke, who is a somewhat controversial and well-known F1 track designer. Fans, drivers, teams all love the venue, with certain corners like the turn one left-hander that has been likened to Laguna Seca's infamous corkscrew, the foul road, the swooping uphill kink in the middle of the back straight. But probably what Istanbul Park is most widely known for is this part in turn A. The corp up, the multi-apex po-hound style left-hander is one of the all-time great challenges in an F1 car. Tilke even engineered bumpiness into the turn and made it fall downhill just to add to the acceleration. Just even watching Vettel's pole lap in 2011, the F1 just posted earlier today on the YouTube channel, just seeing that alone, going him through that turn A portion of the track, that alone just made me love the racetrack itself. Now, obviously, we know that Turkey, even though during its short time it only hosted races from 2005 to 2011, it had to be taken off the schedule due to attendance issues, but it had some pretty memorable moments. The first thing that jumps to mind is back in 2010 between Mark Webber and teammate Sebastian Vettel for Red Bull in turn 12, when they made contact and basically took each other out of the race. I look at also Sebastian Vettel, that was also his first ever, made his F1 debut there for BMW. I think he even got a speeding penalty 9 seconds into his career in F1. And I think the coolest part about what we could expect from Turkey is from Red Bull's Alexander Albon, who talked to reporters during the Spanish Grand Prix on what we could expect with the 2020 spec car in Istanbul Park, and specifically with that turn 8 area. And he said that basically they expect drivers to go flat out during turn A, which should be nothing short of fantastic. So I am excited that F1 is returning to Istanbul Park, and not only did they make that announcement, they also released the final 3 races, or the final portions of F1's revised 2020 schedule. So here is what it looks like. So here's a look at the remaining races on the F1 2020 calendar. We're going to start off with the Belgian Grand Prix this weekend in Spa. Then the next 2 weeks, F1 will be heading to Italy. We're going to start off in Monza for the Italian Grand Prix from the 4th to the 6th of September. And then next we're going to head to Ferrari's F1 test track in Mugello from the 11th to the 13th of September. Then the very boring and then a track that we can agree that nobody likes, Russia in Sochi from the 25th to the 27th of September. And then a return for the first time since 2013, if I believe, Nürburgring in Germany from the 9th to the 11th of October. For the first time in F1, F1 will be making a debut to Portugal for the Algarve International Circuit from the 23rd to the 25th of October. And then making a return to the schedule for the first time since 2006, Imola from the 31st of October to the 1st of November. That's right, for the first time ever, it will be a 2-day race weekend. And there you see the newly added track known as Turkey in Istanbul Park, 13th to the 15th of November. And then as you see, 3 races have been added onto the calendar. Bahrain will be going back-to-back, a double-header, 2-day weekend, or 2-race weekend I should say, 27th to the 29th of October, and then the 4th to the 6th of December. And then we wrap up the 2020 F1 season in Abu Dhabi from the 11th to the 13th of December. And now let's talk about our final story, our big story. So rumors are swirling around about the future of Bubba Wallace. Would he stay at Richard Petty Motorsports? Will he go to Chip Ganassi Racing? Well, another report came out that 2 other teams have contacted Bubba Wallace. We don't know who that is, but it could be maybe the 48 car in Hendrick Motorsports. It could be maybe the 21 car in the Wood Brothers, because remember, Matt DiBenedetto is in a contract year. They have not signed an extension. Maybe rumors are swirling around there. Maybe JTD Daughtry. Whatever the case may be, we know that Bubba's got options. Well, one option is a big one. So there is a possibility, or rumors swirling around, that Toyota is in talks with Richard Petty Motorsports to become part of the TRD team in 2022, I believe. I know they were saying even 2021, but I just don't see that happening because with the Gen 7 car or the next gen car coming in 2022, I think next year is just probably going to be a relatively safe year. Let's just get through the year and get ready for the next gen car in 2022. So that's a rumor. And I could see that happening mainly because Bubba Wallace, first of all, Bubba Wallace, he has a prior relationship to Toyota. Remember, he participated in the NASCAR Truck Series for 2013, 2014, I believe, for KBM, and even ran some Xfinity races for Joe Gibbs Racing. So he has had a prior relationship to JGR. So it wouldn't be a surprise to see Bubba Wallace back with the Toyota team. But then this rumor came up, and this is a big one, and it involves Michael Jordan and Denny Hamlin. Yes, I'm not kidding. Denny Hamlin and Michael Jordan are in the pot, I guess you could say, with Richard Petty Motorsports. Now, this all stems from this image that you see right here that was posted on Denny Hamlin's Instagram page. It's a picture of him in looks like casual business attire. It's just him in a white shirt with the Toyota logo and the Jordan brand logo. And one thing that is very odd about all this is that if you go on Denny Hamlin's Instagram page, it's no longer there. He has since deleted this. Now, there are also people that are saying, though, that how could Denny Hamlin be a part of this discussion? Mainly because NASCAR's new rule was that if you drive for a 4-car team, you cannot own a team. But I think NASCAR is starting to relax the rule because you don't remember that BJ McLeod drives for Rick Ware Racing. Now, yes, I do understand he also drives for his own team, BJ McLeod Motorsports. He still drive for Rick Ware Racing for a few races this season, and he was still able to own a separate team. So maybe NASCAR is sort of relaxing that rule, or maybe just to fill the field, because you have to understand nowadays they are having trouble just to fill a 40-car field. Nowadays you see a lot of 37, 38, 39. Up until recently now, I think because of COVID-19 with no practice or qualifying, you're now starting to see more 40-car fields, but I think that's why NASCAR, I think, is sort of relaxing that rule. Now, let's say if this rule is still in play, like if you drive for a 4-car team, you can't have a team of yourself in the Cup Series or in the same series. What Hamlin can do to probably get around that is to bring in the Jordan brand and have the Jordan brand purchase a majority stake in that team. Hamlin could then be the majority holder of the Jordan brand ownership while not having his name still on the race car. That could be a possibility. And I mean, think about it. Michael Jordan, he's been a long-time NASCAR fan, even going back to the 80s with Richard Petty. And there's even a picture of Jordan and Richard Petty in North Carolina, I believe. Jordan's still really involved in NASCAR, really involved with Denny Hamlin, Richard Petty Motorsports. If they become a Toyota team, possibly in the future, Hamlin drives for Toyota. And with their relationship, we could possibly see a JGR alliance. I'm thinking way too far ahead, but that could be a possibility. If Toyota does become, or Richard Petty Motorsports does become a Toyota team, 9 times out of 10, they're going to partner up with JGR. And if Hamlin is a part of sort of that ownership stake at Richard Petty, or they can get around the rule that NASCAR has to become an owner in, or part owner in Richard Petty Motorsports, then JGR can't screw him over like they did with Furniture Row. And that probably could be what Bubba Wallace was referring to a few weeks ago after the first Michigan race, when he said that there was a big deal in the making. You know, who was it? Or that I think one of the owners of Richard Petty said that a celebrity was coming into the sport to invest in the team. I was thinking, okay, maybe another race team. I thought it could be someone from the Chevy camp, maybe Hendrick, or maybe someone else, maybe Dale Jr., who knows. Hamlin and Jordan did not cross my mind, but now with reports saying that the 43 car could become a Toyota, is starting to make sense now. It could happen. Hamlin could bring in Jordan and have Jordan invest more into NASCAR instead of just being part of Hamlin's fire suit team, I guess you could say. And Jordan and the Jordan brand could be a major investor in NASCAR. Who would have thought that in 2020 we would even have this discussion, Michael Jordan and the Jordan brand being part of a NASCAR team? That would not have crossed my mind. I think that's another reason why we haven't seen Bubba Wallace talk about the future. We haven't seen him sign anything. If this deal happens, 100% Bubba Wallace, he is staying at Richard Petty Motorsports. I mean, you got Hamlin and the Jordan brand backing you up, and you're going to Toyota, which is one of the best, which is right now at the top of their game right now with Joe Gibbs and Hamlin with how good he's running this year. I mean, why wouldn't you take that deal? Yeah, I think that's the reason why we haven't heard Bubba sort of confirm, Joe going, hey, I'm going to Chip Ganassi Racing, or hey, I'm leaving to go to a better ride. Because even though Chip Ganassi is a better team than Richard Petty, there is a lot of things going on with RPM that could sway Bubba. And I really do believe that if this deal goes through, this could be a massive, massive jumpstart into the resurgence of Richard Petty Motorsports. It's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens from here on out. Because the longer and longer that I think about it, when I first saw this rumor, I'm thinking, yeah, right. But then as you start to think about it, it doesn't seem that crazy. It really doesn't. Yeah, I thought investor would be maybe, or like a Tony Stewart, I forgot to mention him, or something like that. But what this could also mean is that Richard Petty could expand. If Toyota does jump on board and be a part of Richard Petty Motorsports, and Hamlin and the Jordan brand also comes on board, there are also reports rooming around that they could open a second car with Brandon Jones as a second driver. And remember, Brandon Jones, he's got Menards. I think he's got Ream also. He's got a lot of sponsorship behind him. He could bring that over to Richard Petty Motorsports and help that team even more. This is all sounding just really, really good for Richard Petty Motorsports. But again, we should also point out, this is also rumors. Although it has been confirmed that Jordan is the celebrity that it is rumored to be. Remember, when it was first reported that it was a celebrity, people were suggesting who the celebrity might be. No reporters clarified on who that celebrity is. Well, now we know that Jordan is a celebrity that is rumored to be part of Richard Petty Motorsports or to have a stake in it with Denny Hamlin. That's all we know. We don't know if it's confirmed that they are actually talking to RPM, Toyota, and Hamlin and Jordan. We have not heard reports of that as a confirmation, but this is the only thing we know. Jordan is rumored as a celebrity that could invest, and TRD and Toyota has had talks with Richard Petty Motorsports. That's all we know, but I could see this happening. It's a likely possibility, but again, it's all rumors. But regardless, this silly season is just getting weirder and weirder, and every time we talk about silly season, Richard Petty Motorsports is always in the center of it. But we're going to have to end it off for this episode here, folks. Tell me what your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. What are your thoughts on Istanbul Park returning to the F1 calendar, and Michael Jordan and Denny Hamlin possibly having a stake in Richard Petty Motorsports? Leave all your thoughts in the comment section down below. But until next time, my name is JettMDK. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content, and I'll see you guys next time.